Exiting a commercial lease early in Queensland is possible, but it is rarely as simple as handing back the keys and walking away from the premises. A commercial lease is a legally binding contract, and once it has been signed, both the landlord and the tenant are generally required to comply with its terms for the full lease period. Simply vacating the premises does not automatically end the tenant's obligation, and in many cases, the tenant may remain liable for the rent, outgoings, make good obligations, and other lease commitments. One of the most common ways to exit a lease early is through a negotiated surrender, where the landlord agrees to release the tenant from the lease on agreed terms. This may involve a surrender payment, settlement of outstanding obligations, or agreement about how the premises is to be returned. Another option is relying on an express break clause if the lease contains one. Break clauses are strictly interpreted, meaning any notice requirements, dates, and conditions must usually be complied with precisely. Tenants may also be able to assign the lease to another party or sublease the premises, subject to the lease terms and any required landlord's consent. In some cases, this can provide a practical solution where the tenant no longer wishes to occupy the premises but can't otherwise terminate the lease. There are also circumstances where a tenant may have legal grounds to terminate because of the landlord's conduct. For example, serious breaches of the lease, repudiatory conduct, or circumstances giving rise to a common law right of termination may allow a tenant to bring the lease to an end. However, these situations are highly fact-specific and must be approached carefully because an incorrect termination can itself amount to a breach of the lease. A common misconception is that financial difficulty alone allows the tenant to walk away from the lease. In most cases, that's not correct. Unless a contractual or legal right exists, leaving early can expose a tenant to claims for ongoing rent, damages, legal costs, and other losses suffered by the landlord. Because the consequences of getting it wrong can be significant, understanding what options are actually available under the lease, what liabilities may remain after exit, and whether a valid right to terminate exists is critical before taking any steps to leave a commercial premises early. Contact us today for a free 30-minute consultation with one of our experienced team of commercial lease dispute professionals and let us help you protect your rights.